in Louisville. So let's conquer that first. How many passengers can you take? My God, these passengers weigh 12 tons. Holy moly. Good morning, everyone. Dave from the wee hours here today playing some Railroad Corporation. We're going to start a railroad company, lay some track, do some buying and selling, probably go broke because it's me playing it, but I'm probably going to have fun doing it. I've gone through just the tutorial. I did just the tutorial last night just to kind of get a vague handle on things. It's a very simplified tutorial. It doesn't go into a lot of detail, so this is probably going to crash and burn fairly quickly. And all we have right now in early access of Railroad Corporation is the campaign mode. There is no sandbox mode available right now. So as you can see, I've done mission 0. At this point, I've done nothing at all. We're going to continue this mission 0 campaign and see what I can do with Railroad Corporation. Well, let's zip through a few applicant photos at this point. Oh, you look very dark and mysterious, don't you? You look like one of those sad vampire movie characters. All right, I like you. Oh, not a lot of options. Okay, we'll take sad vampire guy. And we have to choose a company to apply to. Right. Picket is going to give me 10,000 extra at the beginning of each mission. Okay, that's really good. Eastern Railway is going to give me 1 extra locomotive at the beginning of each mission. Sounds handy. And Harrington's laying costs of the railroad itself will cost 10% less. Well, that just seems like that's a long-term permanent benefit. That seems like that's really good. I bet 10% less on laying the railroad forever is going to more than outweigh 10,000 at the beginning of each mission, or the cost of an extra locomotive. I don't know that, but that seems that's like a permanent long-term benefit that we could take advantage of. So, okay, 10% less for all railroad. What do you got? Hot steel for Cincinnati, you say. We've received a large order. An entrepreneur from Cincinnati has asked us to supply him with 5 carriages of steel. Okay. Time is running out, and Mr. Denon has even sent a prepayment for the order. Right. Find a city with a steel mill. Find out what raw materials are needed for steel. Construct a railroad to that city and supply the steel mill with the necessary raw materials. Okay. So we need to make steel first before we're selling any steel, or at least we need to enable the towns to make steel. Deliver the newly produced steel to Cincinnati. All right, steel mill will not give us their products for free. Didn't expect them to. Use the prepayment. We should invest in the development of the local railroad network. Ooh, okay, for a first mission, this sounds quite complicated, but we'll give it our best shot here, and by we, I mean me, and by me, I mean it's probably going to crash and burn. Our company will have a stable source of income from transportation of other commodities. Okay, so this is a broad plan of building up a small railroad network to make money, to invest in making steel, to drive the steel to Cincinnati. The bank, which we have an account, allows you to use an overdraft for the amount of no more than $50,000. So we've got a $50,000 buffer, and I'm sure we're going to have to pay that money back pretty quickly, probably with interest if I had to make a guess. Most interesting for you... Oh, so this was not interesting to you? The more objectives you accomplish, the more experience you will gain. Professional can always find a worthy job. Okay, so one more time. We need to kind of build up a local railroad network, and then use the money from that to get raw materials to a steel mill to make steel, and then get the steel to Cincinnati, 5 carriages of it. Okay, and this is mission number 1. Right on. Well, let's start with doing something obvious like pausing the game, because time is happening here. And looking at this, we've got pause or play. Doesn't really seem like there's any sort of speed up thing. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You know what? Most of this is probably going to be in pause, knowing me. Bowling Green. Let's see if I can remember what I've learned from the tutorial here. If you get wood, you will produce lumber. Okay. You have 1 passenger waiting for a ride. So you're supplying 1 passenger. You could provide lumber if somebody gave you some wood, but right now you have no supply of that. And you demand basically everything. Grain, coal, wood, obviously, for the lumber mill, people, and meat. Okay. Now, this is apparently where we're starting here. Well, not necessarily. What else could I start with? You, San Bruno, you just have supplies. So you have some wheat. Okay, fair enough. You Clarksville. Well, let's conquer some first things. Where's Cincinnati? Okay, it's over here. Got it. Okay. And you have mail. You don't want steel at all. You just have mail. You lied to me, Cincinnati. You want mail and you have mail. Okay. Let me see what the most logical first move is going to be. And let's have a look at our mission objectives here. Set up a research and development department in your office. I have an office? I didn't know I had an office. Deliver some iron ore. To whom? Probably somebody who makes steel would be the first thing there. Coal probably needs to go to the steel mill, because I think coal plus iron kind of makes steel. I'm not a metallurgist, but that seems about right. Work faster. Hey, just slow down here. You gave me a pause mode for a reason. Okay, well, let me start by figuring out where my office is then. Okay, it is in Bowling Green. That is our start location. So right up here in all buildings, I own an office in Bowling Green. Can I kind of locate that office? That's a farm. Is this my office? This is my office. Yay. Okay. Now, what was my objective again? Set up a research and development department. Okay. I could upgrade it. Office departments? No. Railroad laying department? No. Set up new office department. Okay, yeah, I want to do that. That's $5,000, but I need 3 rooms for that. Oh, okay. So as I unlock or upgrade this, I will get up to 5 rooms. Okay, interesting. It's an interesting way of doing it. It's kind of Total War-y way of doing it. Okay, then, well, first of all, how much money do I have? 100,000. I guess I gotta start upgrading it eventually, but I don't want to blow... Well, it's 10,000 for the first upgrade. I betcha that an upgrade for the next tier is going to cost even more. I've only got the 100,000. We should probably start making some money first before I start spending money. So here's an idea. Right down the street is New Orleans, or New Orleans if you live in New Orleans. That produces coal. Just flat out makes coal. And Bowling Green demands coal. So I think we could come to some kind of agreement here. Clarksville doesn't really produce anything except people. If you had some grain, you would produce some wheat. Oh, hang on though, hang on. Lakeville produces wood. And Bowling Green wants wood. I mean, it wants coal too. But with that, we could produce lumber, which would probably sell a little better than just the raw wood. See what I did there? Okay, Railroad Corporation, let's try and actually get a train going on here. Now, let's see what I remember from Tutorial Ninja. Click that. No, wait, no. Railroad laying. Okay, so we got to start at one of these 2 spots here, in and out of the rail yard. Well, it seems to me it's obvious to start from here, and then put some track down over to here, and then into the blue thing. No, I liked it the other way. There we go, like that. That I can get out the other side, too. Okay, how much is this all going to cost me? This is going to cost me $4,843 minus 10%. $7,000 for the soil excavation. Yeah, it's going to cost me $16,000 for just this little short hop over to the logging area. I'm really happy I took that minus 10%. I think that's going to pay off big over the long haul. Yep, I will confirm that. Thank you very much. Okay, now I've got a rail track. I just don't have anything I can really do with it. So now I got to kind of remember Tutorial Ninja telling me how to get a train going. Buy a locomotive. We only have one unlocked, which is the 040 Best Friend. $14,000. Well, don't really have any options. So now we got to set up a route. Fair enough. How about you started in Lakeville? Yep. Now here's the part that I'm going to need to remember. Cargo to load. I think I can do it right from here. Yes. Or, if I remember correctly, I can do it right from here. So you load 1, 2. Are you going to be able to take a third one? Nope, that exceeds your weight. Okay, shave off one of those. You can take 2 loads of lumber at a time. That's 30 out of 40 tons. Can't get a third one in there. So that's what you're going to do from Lakeville. And then you're going to take that to Bowling Green, where you're going to unload all of that. Just unload everything, please. No, don't load it in... Wait, yes, Bowling Green, unload. Unload, please. Okay, that should be set up correctly. So you're going to load up lumber, or wood rather, in Lakeville. You're going to unload it in Bowling Green. Unfortunately, Lakeville doesn't have a demand for anything. And, well, Lakeville doesn't have a lot that it supplies anyway. But it's going to be a one-way trip. So it's only going to do things... It's only going to take that lumber. Ideally, I would want something to be going back and forth. So supplying a demand on both ends. But, you know, Tutorial Ninja phase here. It's not going to happen. Apply that. Okay. And we've got a train now, right? I heard a train in the background. Where are you? Oh, you're going to be starting from over here, though, aren't you? And you're not going to be doing anything while the game is paused. Let's just turn that on if we could, please. Yeah, it's in Lakeville. It is doing a thing in Lakeville. Are you loading up in Lakeville? I see you're chopping down some trees. I think we've actually got to wait for you to chop down the trees. That's how fine-tuned this is. Is that an effective way to bring lumber to market? Some sort of giant steampunk engine pulling trees down? Surely a saw. A saw would probably be better. Okay, well, I'll wait. Oh, there's the train. The train came in from Lakeville, apparently. I suppose I didn't really have an option as to where it was going to come in. But it's in there, and it is going to load some stuff up in Lakeville, right? Yep, sure did. We got a train full of logs here, chugging away, a little slower with all that weight attached to it, but heading over to Lakeville, where it will, I would assume, deliver the... Oh, wait, do I have it delivering to the sawmill? Oh, I think I forgot that bit. So in Bowling Green, choose what cargo. Yeah, I've done that. Are you going to automatically go to the sawmill? I think that's a thing that I skipped. Well, we'll soon find out, won't we? And what I am doing while I'm waiting for that train to get there is I noticed Louisville over here needs lumber. And what do you supply again? You got some mail and some passengers, and lots of places want passengers. I'm kind of wondering if I can set up a wood to Bowling Green, lumber all the way over to Louisville, and then maybe, I don't know, passengers coming back? You do have a demand for passengers. And then do it all over again. Oh yeah, okay, it is producing lumber. Good. Okay, it did take it to the sawmill. Good. Excellent. I think, if I'm remembering Tutorial Ninja, with the cities that have multiple industries, I think I actually have to tell the train where to deliver it in the city. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It seems to be all under control. We seem to have gotten this very basic route. Yep, it's fueling up with coal and probably going to load up. Yeah, well, we're producing a lot of logs over here. And then it'll get it over to Bowling Green, where it'll make it into lumber that we're not really doing anything with yet. Okay, so we've got a steel mill over here in Barnstable Town, and indeed, they need coal and iron. Pretty standard stuff to make steel out of, so that eventually will knock those two boxes out of here. Iron ore and coal delivered over there. We've got a few options. There's some iron ore over here. I think there's that coal mine we were looking at. Yeah, there's a coal mine over there. It's a couple of coal mines. New Orleans has got coal. All of those can kind of converge on Barnstable Town and then eventually get over to Cincinnati. But I don't want to rush that quite yet. I'm actually going to unpause it again. I don't want to rush that quite yet. I'd like to see if we can kind of build a very basic trading infrastructure by getting this lumber, this timber, over to Louisville. Let's see if we can make that happen. So railroad construction again, we'll take it from here, and it's going to go sort of this way-ish. Over to here, over to here. It was Louisville, right? Yeah, into Louisville. Okay, how much is that going to cost me? $27,000 and some change. Okay, good. But now I should be able to adjust the route on this train. Can I do it right from here? Yes, I can. Okay. Now, you're taking logs over to Bowling Green, where they're making lumber. So, in Bowling Green, I want you to load up on lumber. 1, 2, how much can you actually hold? That's it, just 2. Okay, and then I want you to add a station of Louisville, where you are going to unload, where does lumber live? Lumber, lumber. Okay, now what would you do? You could take... How am I going to make this happen? What I want to do is load up on passengers in Louisville. So let's conquer that first. How many passengers can you take? My God, these passengers weigh 12 tons. Holy moly. How these passengers weigh 12 tons. Okay, well, there's 3 people. Apparently 3 people is the max this train can hold. And then, can I add, because it's going to come all the way back here, in Bowling Green, can I add unloading people? I think that works. Let me run through here. It's basically kind of starting in Lakeville, although not really, but it kind of is. You take the wood, you bring it over to Bowling Green, you pick up lumber, you bring the lumber over to Louisville, you drop off the lumber, you pick up 3 people who weigh 36 tons, and you bring them back to Bowling Green. Let's see if it works. Okay, so they dropped off the wood there, and we got some money for that. That's nice. I'm halfway done with my money at this point. I can't be killing it on the money. They're still making logs, but now they are loading up with logs and theoretically going over to Louisville to drop them off. This is where I'd love to have a high-speed thing. This is where I'd love a speed enhancement up in the corner here, because that train is running real heavy right now. Real heavy. Yep, loaded up with lumber. Clearly is. That looks very cool. Very, very cool. I like that. I like the different cargoes. That's going to take basically forever to get over here. So I'll check in with you guys when we're anywhere close to Louisville. Now the train's puttering along, but this guy popped up to say I should build a repair shop. Locomotives are wearing out. Well, I've only got the one of them, and it apparently is very, very slow. Time does not spare anyone. No, it's certainly not sparing me, Sparky. That train is moving slow. Mileage and age of the locomotive. Okay, we'll work on that. Yeah, I'm starting to see some flaws in my plan here, and number 1 is speed. I know, it may surprise you to know there was a flaw in my plan, but number 1 is definitely speed. This is taking what is effectively a game month. It's taking us November to get this over here. You can go cross-country in the United States in a train and not have it take a month. So I'm kind of starting to see some flaws here. We either need to kill this route, or, because we're paying maintenance on this. Every few days we're paying maintenance on this train. I can guarantee you it would be more effective to get a crowd of people together from Bowling Green. We could walk the lumber over here much faster. Much faster. I think the Louisville Lumber Exchange may not be our best move, but I do want to get the train over there just to see if it's vaguely profitable. If it's working out money-wise, that's fine. I'll just let that tick along. None of this has anything to do with hot steel for Cincinnati. Though there's nothing to do with the quest. We're just trying to set up a basic trading route here so we can keep some money ticking in. So I want to check in and see when the train eventually makes it here, if we make any money on all of this, and if we make any money bringing our 12-ton passengers back home. And then I'll make a decision as to whether we want to kill this route or not. But I do invite your advice in the comments. Well, it's almost Christmas here in Louisville. It's been 2 months now. Train still plugging along here, plugging along. I really am seeing a huge, huge flaw in my plan here, which is time. It's almost Christmas. It's almost Christmas here in Louisville. They still demand the lumber, which is good. I'm not surprised they still demand it. They've been waiting 2 months for it. Minimum. I think it's actually a little bit longer. I think we started this trip in October. So, not perhaps my smartest move, and what probably would be even smarter if I started setting up quicker trade routes in between that time, because all we're doing is just hemorrhaging money right now. My thought was actually just a very, very quick little New Orleans down to Bowling Green. These guys need coal. These guys got coal. Everybody be happy. In fact, you know what? With the money that I've got left, I think I'm going to set that up. Now, I haven't set up a second rail yet before. Can I take that right off of here? Yeah, I sure can. Okay, good. So go there, and whoa, back it up. Maybe not quite that far. There we go. Can you just get... Yes, click right to there, please. Thank you. So confirm that and go away. Now, oh, I got no money. Oh, I got no money. I'm not even sure I can really afford to set this trade route up, but we're going to give it a shot. I've got all the time in the world while that other train is going there. Yes, buy that. That's the T2. Okay, so you're in Bowling Green. Great, let's set you up. You are going to go, well, you're going to start in Bowling Green, but when you get over here, you can load up on coal in New Orleans. Probably can't fit that much on there. Nope, 2 loads coal there. Okay, good. And then you're going to take it back to Bowling Green and just unload it. So unload 2 coal. Apply that. Off you go. I have really no money left at this point. Now, are you off? Yes, you're off. And boy, do you move fast when you don't have a cargo. Oh, you just chug right along without a cargo, don't you? How's, oh, it's January. I think we just pulled in. We're pulling in right now. It's January. It's taken us almost 4 full months. Almost 4 months to get this lumber to this town. These guys are going to be starving for lumber right now. Starving for it. Just desperate for any piece of wood. They're just... You know what, guys? You got trees right here. I'll tell you right now, you could have built your own lumber yard in the time that this has taken. I better be making some money off of this. I probably won't. Oh, you hustle in at the end of the last stretch there. Okay. We didn't make no money doing that. That wasn't no money. I saw about 16 grand come up there. And the train has loaded up on passengers, just like I told it to. Seems like it's moving a little bit faster, even though each passenger weighs 12 tons. Little tiny bit faster than the lumber did. How are we doing over here? Okay, you've gotten over to New Orleans. You are, I assume, loaded up on coal. You sure are. Good. And you move fairly quickly with that coal. You're not slow poking it with the coal, not like the lumber. I would have thought coal weighed a fair amount, but what the heck do I know about coal? I want to see what happens when we get this into town, because if the slow route is profitable, then I can just let that tick along. I can just let that run, do some other things, don't really need to keep an eye on it, just let it accumulate some money. But if we can get some faster ones in here too that would do similar kinds of money, you know what, long story short, let's see what happens when this guy pulls into town. Alright, almost into Bowling Green with the coal. What do we got? You make any kind of money off of that? Please say yes. Okay, it's landed, or whatever it is, 39. So a little shy of 8 grand. Not bad, because that's a quick route. That's a fairly quick route. It would be even better if we had something to take back to New Orleans. Funny that New Orleans being, you know, a big city. Maybe it wasn't a big city back then. I don't know. But it has no demand for anything at all. So it's going to run dry, but it's going to run super fast to get over there. That's going to be fine. And this guy is chugging along with the 12-ton passengers. That's a lot faster trip. So maybe I just let all of that tick along, and as the money comes in, we can start working on the actual quest of, you know, hot steel for Cincinnati. That seems like that's a plan. But let me know in the comments what you guys think of Railroad Corporation and how much more you want to see of it. I want to play a little bit more of this. I want to plug along. I love a good trading game. I'm terrible at them, but I love playing them. So let me know what you think of the game in the comments down below. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button. More of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time. So just so we're all clear on the victory conditions here, I am last in everything. I am last in absolutely everything. 6th place, 6th place, 6th place, and 6th place.